Southern to the goal face. Grant at the back. Shot for goal by Grant. It's 8 goals to nothing for the Bulldogs.
It was the definition of a dream start. In round 10 of 1998, Footscray blew the Eagles out of the water in the first term, kicking 8 goals to none, and was on track for a record-setting score on the WACA ground.
Bulldogs, yeah, awesome start. We were shell-shocked. I think even the crowd was shell-shocked. It was one of those games where we knew it was over, but there were still avenues for us to improve, even individually around the ground.
Yeah, it was. It was just unbelievable. They couldn't do a thing wrong, the Western Bulldogs. I remember Mick's tone, and I reckon as the group came in at quarter time there, we thought, oh, he's going to start peeling skin and hair off us here. He's just going to give it to us. And he came out very calmly and just spoke about our structure, how we had to restructure that. We had to get our hands on the footy. I think he showed the stats like that, almost doubled us in stats and things like, and spoke very calmly. And basically said, if they can do that, boys, if we get hold of the pill and do this, this and this, we'll do the same for them.
Malthouse's words must have been truly inspirational as West Coast proceeded to boot the next 8 goals in the second term, clinching a 1-point lead heading into half-time. This meant that all 16 goals had been kicked at the river end of the WACA ground.
I think I was tagging Scotty West. I think a young kid, I must have been about 18 or 19. And, WACA was probably a very fast track, and for some reason I think there was goals getting kicked at one end and then no goals at the other end.
The efforts of Braun, Morrison, Matera, Jakovic, Simmons and Gehrig were too much for the Bulldogs to handle as they eventually surrendered to a 13-point West Coast victory. The record still stands as equal 4th for the largest ever VFL-AFL comeback deficit of 48 points.
Yeah, I do remember that very vividly because it was one of those match-sealing goals I kicked in that second quarter. All of one of, I think, 27 goals I kicked in my career, but it was an inspirational one anyway.
With Chad Morrison and Fraser Gehrig popping up in the second half, second term, it was just a great start for us to go in at half time, and our tails are up, our confidence are up, and and even after the game, the siren went, even the crowd couldn't believe it that we came back from 7-8 goals down. So for us, it was just one of those great moments.
The re-signings of coach Mick Malthouse and Norm Smith medalist Dean Kemp during the week was just a prelude for West Coast supporters as they witnessed one of the greatest ever victories in the club's history.